This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for News in Motion. Today, we actually have a special report that we want to bring to you this morning. So, as you're coming in the room, just know that the news is going to be a little different. We're bringing a special report to you on this Monday morning. So, I see you, Camille Hopkins. Good morning to you, sister. Hope you're doing great this morning. Good morning to all of you who are coming in the room today. I just want to say welcome to Monday. This is also the last day of the official month of Black History Month. I see you, Marion Jackson and Valerie and Cherie. Good morning to all of you. Tracy Newman, what's up, sister? Good morning. Good morning, Katrina. Good morning. This is going to be a special report from News in Motion today. Good morning, Patricia Lyles. Is like, why not end the month this way? Good morning, Latrice Jones, sister. Good morning to you. What's up, Diane Ladybug? Y'all, if you are not following Diane Ladybug on Instagram, it's a must. You got to do it. Facebook user, that has to be Nawana. So good morning to you. Happy birthday, Hester Jackson. Y'all, it is Hester Jackson's birthday today. So happy birthday. Good morning, Ron Robinson. Good morning. Yes, thank you, Katrina. She said, do not forget to share. Good morning, Deborah Sneed, and good morning, Deborah Johnson. The two Debs coming in here at the same time. Yeah, this is going to be a special report of News in Motion. I have stayed up most of the night making sure I brought all of this together to share this with you. So much breaking news, so much is happening, and I want to make sure you're hearing it right here on News in Motion. Let's see. Thank you, Latrice, for sharing. Good morning, Dr. Antoinette. Yes, y'all, it is Hester's birthday. Good morning, Kimberly Graves. Hey, y'all, Kimberly Graves has a question. I'm going to put it here on News in Motion as well. If she's ever looking for a career change, what is her next move? So go check out her wall. Establish a relationship with Kimberly Graves and help her figure out her next move. I see you, Sardinia. I see you. I see all of you. Yes, y'all, it is Hester's birthday. I believe she gave me some crazy number on her Facebook wall. Hester, since you put it on your wall, I guess you don't mind sharing. Let us know how old you are, because I refuse to repeat it if it's not correct. I think I have a good memory, but just in case I do not, can you please share with us your birthday, your year, what this is? Yeah, it is Nawana. I should have known that was Nawana. Good morning, Julie Rice. I missed you, girl. Good morning. Okay, y'all, we have a lot of news, so I want to stay there with all the shout outs. As you come in. If you're listening by audio, welcome this morning. If you're watching the replay or listening to the replay, good Monday morning or good Monday to you. Ron Robinson said he needs to know that also. So y'all think about Ron Robinson. What's his next career move? What is that? I technically, for me, I went from ministry, church ministry, to media, where the release of Ready publication, but where I am right now with News in Motion is my groove, y'all. I love every moment of it. Good morning, Pastor Alex. To you, y'all. Pastor Alex be getting on my nerves on Instagram. Y'all, he posts all of his pictures in Florida, like of the water and the sand and the sun. It's like, I ain't fooling with you today. But y'all, Pastor Alex and his wife are enjoying their time in Florida since they've moved. Good morning, Adrienne. Y'all, good morning. Good morning, Jeffrey Allen James. Okay, y'all, want to get right to it. This is a special segment of News in Motion today. I've stayed up most of the night, so hopefully you'll hang out with us today as I unpack all of this. I was in some conversations with different people. I was trying to get a couple of people on this morning, but the time difference is so huge. It was almost impossible to do so. So I'm going to go at it myself. Did a lot of preparation for this. I don't know why I can't say that word now. I just couldn't say it last week either. But anyway, let's get this news started. So Isaiah, hit the intro. Y'all, I'm laughing at Isaiah. He be jamming in the green room, y'all. He jams in that green room. I see a lot of you because Lori's saying the same thing. So I think we're going to have a segment or a webinar on life after a certain age, or how do we jump into our next career. So there you go. Yes, thank you. Hester Jackson, again, happy birthday to you. And thank you all who are giving her the shout outs. All right, y'all, again, this is the last official day of Black History Month. But remember, for me, I'm Black 365 days out of the year. So there's that. Y'all, President Joe Biden, he handled his business. Now it's up to Chuck Schumer and the senators in the chamber to make sure this happens. Take her through whatever you need to take her through. But shout out to Judge Ketanji. I want to make sure I say her name correctly. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson for the nominee. Kudos to you, sister. You got it going on. Just reading your information, I'm like, wow. I read something about her high school counselor. When she said she wanted to go to Harvard, the high school counselor was like, I don't think that's for you. She went anyway. And now look where she is. I hope that teacher or that counselor is still alive and she's watching this play out and that she goes and asks for forgiveness or something. But I just wanted to say that, okay, y'all, special report. Today I'm giving a special report. You may be tired of the news you're hearing about Ukraine, but I believe I'm going to bring y'all a different angle today. Again, I stayed up all for the longest last night, making sure all these pieces of the puzzles were coming together. Yes, John Gore, that was a outstanding choice. And Dr. Antoinette, yes, highly qualified, highly. All right, y'all, the speech by President Zelensky speaking in Russian, knowing that it would not be televised, but was hoping they would hear it somehow. There were some people on social media, and I'm going to give a shout out to social media in a moment. I see you, Kim Edmondson. I see you, Liz Pryor. Making sure that the people in Russia were able to at least read it. So I'm going to go through this real quick. So Max said, Sedan, I just want to thank you for putting this out there. So here's the address. He says, we are divided by a shared border of more than 2,000 kilometers. Almost 200,000 of your troops and thousands of military vehicles are standing alongside it. Your leadership has ordered them to move forward into another country's territory. This step could be the start of a big war on the European continent. The whole world is talking about what could happen any day now, says Zelensky. Any provocation, any flare-up, one that could burn everything. They're telling you that this flame will liberate the people of Ukraine, but the Ukrainian people are already free. They remember their past and are building their future, Zelensky says. Ukraine on your TV news and the real Ukraine are two totally different countries. Ours is real. Lots of you have relatives in Ukraine. You studied in Ukrainian universities. You have Ukrainian friends. You know our character, our principles. What matters to us? Listen to yourselves, to the voice of reason. The people of Ukraine want peace. The government of Ukraine wants peace. It's doing everything it can. We're not alone. That's true. Lots of countries support Ukraine because this isn't about peace at any price. It's about peace, principles, justice, international law, the right to determine our own future. This is about society's right to be safe and people's rights to live without threats. This is important for us, and for the world. I know for sure that this is important to you too. We know for sure that we don't need war, neither cold nor hot nor hybrid. But if troops attack us and someone tries to take away our country, our freedom, our lives, the lives of our children, then we will defend ourselves. We will defend ourselves. When you attack, you will see our faces, not our backs. This man is bad, by the way. That's just my paraphrase in there. Anyway, war is a great misfortune, and it comes at a great price. People lose their money, reputation, freedom, living standards, and most importantly, they lose their loved ones and themselves. Nothing's ever enough in war, but there's more than enough pain, dirt, and death. Tens of thousands of deaths. They're telling you that Ukraine could be a threat for Russia. That never happened in the past, and it is not and won't in the future. These people are among you, I'm sure. Activists, journalists, musicians, actors, athletes, scientists, doctors, bloggers, stand-up comedians, TikTokers, and many others. Ordinary people, simple people, men, women, the old, the young, fathers, and most of all, mothers. Just like the people of Ukraine, just like the government in Ukraine. However, they too convince you otherwise. I know that Russian TV won't show you my speech, but citizens of Russia need to see it. They need to see the truth. The truth is you need to stop before it's too late. He ain't playing. The last quote of his speech, and in the leadership of Russia doesn't want, for the sake of peace, to sit at the table with us. Maybe it'll sit at the table with you. Do the Russians want war? I love to answer that question, but the answer only depends on you, citizens of Russia. So that's President Lewinsky's latest speech, and I wanted to make sure I shared that with you as I go through the news and unpack this morning. Again, for those of you who are just tuning in, whether by audio or by video, live or replay, this is a special segment of News in Motion. I've spent many hours over the weekend making contacts and unpacking information that I wanted to share with you. Y'all know I stand on facts, and I made sure everything was factual before I put this together this morning. So we start off with AP is reporting that the Security Council voted on yesterday to call for a rare emergency special session of a 193-member UN General Assembly. You may see in articles UNGA, that stands for United Nations General Assembly, on Russian military operation in Ukraine, which will be held today. Now, the measure convening at the General Assembly on yesterday was adopted by the vote of 11 in favor, with Russia, of course, voting against, and then China, India, and the United Arab Emirates abstaining, which means they did not vote yay or nay. And normally when you abstain, you don't want people to know what you're really thinking. So that is happening. Also, Axios is reporting as Russia forces bear down on Kyiv. Now, y'all, it's KYIV. I'm going to give y'all a quick lesson because I said it on a meeting. I now understand, so I want to share it with all of you. Now, Kyiv, which is KYIV, is the transliteration from Ukrainian, pronounced Keev. So y'all can just write that down. Keev is the transliteration by the Ukrainians. Now, so as Russian forces bear down on Kyiv, Ukraine and Russia agreed to peace talks with no preconditions today near the Ukrainian border. Belarusian border. The EU also said it would buy weapons for Ukraine. That's the first time in its history that it will deliver weapons to the country under attack. I don't know if y'all been following this, but I did verify from 14-year-old young men up to 68-year-old men. They are volunteering to fight on the Ukrainian side. Good morning, Rosanna. Good morning, Shirley. They're volunteering to do this. Now, women, teachers, lawyers, doctors, stay-at-home moms, they too are saying, I'm signing up, I'm volunteering, I'm going to the border, I'm going to the line, I'm going to fight. This is happening. If you follow me on Instagram, I have dedicated about 99% of my stories to everything that I'm getting. Some of it's in Russian, some of it's being translated, but everything that I'm receiving that I know that is factual, I have it on my Instagram story. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Gail Dudley, GAILDUDLEY. On my stories, it's real time. I'm putting it up there as soon as I'm getting them in. I've dedicated my stories to do that. Denise says, why is it these power hungry people want to destroy peace in public? Hold on, Denise. I'm getting to that, sister. Now, here's the other thing that's so important. When you hear Kiev, That is the Russian transliteration. And they want people, if you are standing up and supporting Ukraine, to use Kyiv, which is the Kyiv. That's Kyiv. That's the Ukrainian transliteration. Now, the Russians transliteration, and they're trying to get people to adopt their transliteration. They're saying, don't do that if you stand with Ukraine. They're spelling it Kiev. So they're even trying to change the name of the city. So there's that. Okay, let me keep going. Now, good question, Denise. So what is this really about? It's about money. Let's just talk about it like we'll talk about it. And I want to credit this image from Smart Asset. The invasion of Ukraine has made clear that modern warfare isn't just drones, cyber attacks, and hypersonic missiles. It's also asset freezes, exports, controls, and sanctions on billionaires. Then that's what it'll be. Y'all, this high finance have become prominent weapons in the West confrontation with Russia. So if y'all want to know what it is, it's about money. All right, y'all. As you have probably heard since yesterday, the governor of New York, she ain't playing either. Y'all, Governor Kathy Hochul signed an executive order on yesterday forbidding her state from doing business with Russia, including canceling its investments there. If you have been watching at all, it is true. The ATMs in Russia have no more money. People can't they have locked them down. The sanctions that are coming from the EU and from the U.S., the sanctions are so harsh that it's really just jacking up the oligarchs. Let me keep going. The governor also said in New York they will welcome Ukrainian refugees in response to Russia's invasion, noting at a press conference in Albany that her state is home to the largest Ukrainian population in the U.S. I did some fact checking. That is indeed correct. Now, what was shocking to me that is in Ohio, there are 80,000 Ukrainians. I had no idea. So even when I was doing some research, so you should research your state to see how many Ukrainians are currently in your state before all of this happened. So they're shutting down the money. They're shutting down the money. They're locking down the money. That's how they're getting them. Let me keep going. UABC is reporting, and I fact checked this. Everything I'm telling y'all, I fact checked today. Governor Hochul signed that executive order. She says in her quote, "We are no longer going to allow New York State business or investing in any Russian entities." She shut it down. Effected immediately. She goes on and says the state will conduct a thorough review of its finances and divest state money as well as investments in companies headquartered in Russia or Russian state-sponsored entities. Y'all guess who that includes? Hello, somebody, the previous occupant. So where he's been like talking about he's doing that, Putin's doing a fine job, and I'm not saying that because he's not, with him praising him, even at the CPAC conference this past weekend, he kept praising him and he was calling out other leaders in the U.S. as they're weak, they're failures, they're not good. Well, now y'all notice you even have Mitch McConnell and others now jumping, leaving. You even have Bill Barr, the former attorney general, who came out and said, y'all, Trump is over. Y'all need to come over here. Why? Because now their pockets are being hit. Follow the money, y'all. I'll never forget one of our authors with Ready Publication did an article, and if I find it, I'll post it on the thread about following the money. Following the money. I really got to start that magazine back up. Following the money. We have to follow the money. So they're now coming out telling Republicans, telling the GOP, you better get over here, because their money is being hit. Their pockets are hurting because people are starting to shut it down. Let me keep going. On February the 27th, yes, Kim Edmondson, they're jumping ship. On February the 27th, Reuters is reporting the governors of a handful of U.S. states, and I'm shocked because Ohio's in there, have ordered government-run liquor stores to stop selling Russian-made vodka and distilled spirits in solidarity with the Ukrainian people after Russia's invasion of neighboring companies. Y'all, there's so much money with Russian liquor that I'm like, this could help everybody who's homeless have a home, get some utilities, get a car, have food, have everything for the rest of their lives. Y'all, the money in liquor, in Russian liquor, is ridiculous, like in the billions. Let me just put it out there. All right, y'all. Utah Governor Spencer Cox became the latest over the weekend, instructing the state's Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control on Saturday to take off all Russian produce and branded products from its shelves in retail stores, meaning everything. Y'all, follow the money. You got that right, John Gore. Money is the heartbeat of it all. Now, y'all, in issuing an executive order, Cox joined the governors of New Hampshire, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and is taking what is largely a symbolic gesture of supporting the besieged Ukraine, which came under attack by Russian military forces last week. Again, this is a direct quote from Reuters. So that's happening. Wall Street Journal reports, y'all, let's look at this money. According to new economic penalties on Russia, the type of which have only been applied to hostile regimes like Cuba, Iran, and Afghanistan, they include partial SWIFT ban of the Western governments put aside their hesitation and proposed banning some Russian lenders from SWIFT, the global messaging service that facilitates cross-border transactions. They shut it down. Targeting oligarchs. Y'all, there's a task force is being created to go after the prize luxury assets, cars, homes, yachts, y'all, of the ultra wealthy Russians, in the hopes that they'll put pressure on Putin to back off. 2 Russian billionaires already called for peace yesterday while they were on their yachts. They like with their cigars. Now I'm paraphrasing this. I don't know this. I'm making this part up, but I can see them now on their yachts with their cigars and their whiskey and their Russian whiskey in hand, talking about put Putin on the line. They now messing with my money. 2 billionaires said, okay, enough, peace. Let's settle this. Go have talks, because I need my money flowing back in. This is what is happening, y'all. Y'all, central banks. The Wall Street Journal talked about central bank freeze. Western leaders said they've moved to paralyze the assets of Russian central banks, something that has never happened to a G20 central bank before. So this has never happened to a G20 central bank. Shut it down. They freeze, complete freeze. So people cannot get to their money. And this is why. So all of a sudden, we're starting to see a shift. Now, y'all, protests are also happening. So I want to credit the Business Insider for this, y'all, this image. Y'all, protests in Ukraine have reached a new level. The New York Times report that the estimated 1 million people took part in a rally on Sunday, and thousands of people are still occupying Kyiv's Independence Square today. Y'all, at least 100,000 people gathered in central Berlin to protest the war in Ukraine. Anti-war demonstrators were also held in 48 cities across Russia, where more than 2,000 people were arrested. They're coming out. Now, y'all, social media for the win. Seriously, documented and influenced on social media platforms. This is happening in real time. Again, on my Instagram, all my stories are dedicated to everything that's unfolding. Now, y'all, privacy lawyer Whitney Merrill details some serious examples. If you want to follow her on Twitter, she is at WBM321. Again, at WBM, B as in boy, M as in Mary, WBM321. Now, she is fighting for privacy, digital civil liberties, and its users. Now, with Wikipedia, she put out there that the amateur historians are chronicling the war in real time, and they are. I'm following another person, which we'll get to this in a moment. I'm also following NXE, N as in Nancy, X as in X-ray, E as in Edward. He is a student in Ukraine. amazing. Hold on, I'll get to that piece in a minute because we got to talk about the Black students, the Africans that are in Ukraine trying to get out, and the disparities. Hold on, I'll get to that in a moment. So also crowdsourcing. On Saturday, Ukraine's Twitter account solicited crypto donations for the war effort by posting the address of 2 crypto wallets. It resulted in more than 10.2 million worth of donations as of yesterday, including 1.86 million from the sale of NFTs. I still don't know what those are. And I've been researching it, and I think I understand what NFTs are, but then it changes, so I don't know. Under knowledge sharing, experts in urban warfare have been dishing out advice to Ukrainian civilians with no military training. They're actually helping people direct them, almost like video games, where they have a view of like from drones of the area, telling people how to get out. Y'all, social media is no joke. It's no joke. Now, there's another side to social media, which I'll get to that in a minute. Y'all, Billionaire Watch, y'all, slew of sharing the locations. This is what happened. Y'all, these are tech people targeting billionaires and the Russian oligarchs. They went after yachts and private jets, telling the other leaders of NATO and other places, y'all, there's a yacht over here in this place. There's a jet that's trying to take off over here. This is what's happening, y'all. This is social media. And I've been reading this like, what is going on? This is real. And you can see the videos of them doing it. Y'all, now then there's also misinformation, which we're going to get to that in a moment as well. I see my time is running out. We still have Kenny, so hold on. Now, y'all, there's also waging war between social media. And then our TechCrunch report, which is about technology, has also reported some disparities. So let me insert, if y'all have not watched the movie, The Great Hack on Netflix, it's a must see. Now, you're going to be a little creeped out about it, but it is a must see. It's a must see. It talks about your social media, like they know where you are. They have, you gain data points. You do that. They talked about the 2016 election. Yeah, it's crazy. I thought about my car navigation. I thought about using my credit cards. I thought about my social media platforms. You get so many points from your data. And this is that privacy piece. And we're trying to get David Carroll, who's a professor, who really kind of like set this thing ablaze, because he realized that Facebook has all this information on us, and that it was being shared with Cambridge Analytica. It's a mess. That's another story for another time, but they're wanting you to know that some of the things that you're watching, make sure you vet them and research them before you post them. And y'all know I talk about that a lot here on News in Motion. Make sure you vet before you post. So our friend, Pastor Jamal Bryant, we tried to get him on there this morning, but he's still working with people in Ukraine, trying to get students out. He broke the story on disparities of Black people in Ukraine. All right, with TechCrunch, as I'm talking about this, I'm bringing him back in. TechCrunch, Russian trolls, once they saw what was happening, Russian trolls began outsourcing to Africa to stoke, U.S. racial tensions. And that's what is happening. Now, there are some things that are real. For example, I'm following NXE on Twitter. I've communicated with him one-on-one. We've communicated. And I'm learning. So at the train to get to Poland, or the buses to get them to the train, it went in this order. And this is real. And a lot of people are reporting this, and a lot of people are not. White women were first. Children were second. White men were third. Black students were last. The problem was there were so many people trying to get on these buses and trains that the Black people were not getting on. So the Black men started pushing the Black women onto the trains and to the buses. They started getting them over to Poland. When they got to Poland, trying to enter in, there were disparities there as well. But let me be clear. Here's one of the trolls that I need to bust right here. It is not the Polish people that are preventing the Black students from Ukraine to get in. It is actually Ukrainians. So y'all, I stand with Ukraine like many of us do, but we also know there's always bad people in the bunch. That is true. So when you're reporting or you're sharing, make sure you're sharing the correct information. All right. Those were not Polish people stopping the Black Ukrainian students from coming in. It was other Ukrainians. It's like Black people can't get a lead in anywhere. So I want to share this. We want to get this phone number out, and talking with Pastor Jamal Bryan. I'm trying to find it. Here's a phone number. If you are African, if you know any Africans, and post this to your social media, we'll put it up here as well. I think it's already on the News in Motion thread. And you are headed to Poland. The embassy in Romania has made arrangements to receive Nigerians through the Romanian border. Here's the phone number. They're telling you to call. This is the +407. If somebody can put this on the thread, that's great. The +407 473 0914. I'm going to give that again. If you are, the embassy in Romania has made arrangements to receive Nigerians through the through the Romanian border. Please call the +407 473 0914. Another number you can call is +407 860 91964. Again, that's +407 860 91964. We know social media works. It is. We want to get off of it sometimes, but we can't. We know it works. So even if you think you don't know anybody in your friends or your following list, post it anyway. Because believe me, somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that's trying to get this information. So again, Africans who are having issues heading to Poland, the embassy in Romania has made arrangements to receive Nigerians through the Romanian border. So that's one. Let me see. I think those numbers have already been given. And on my wall on my Instagram is the meeting that Pastor Jamal Bryan had with another pastor that's in Ukraine trying to get out. So there are other numbers. There's another form that I'm going to post that has several numbers on it. It has 6 numbers on it that I'll post on this thread. So make sure you're visiting this. Y'all, so that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. So if you are saying, how can you help? How can you help? The thing that they're saying not to do is send money. Don't send money. They're saying because it's being intercepted. And plus now with everything being sanctioned, it's going to be difficult to get in the first place. The other thing that you should do, and again, y'all, Pastor Jamal Bryan, he broke this story. He broke this story and what's happening there. So hats off to him, and we're going to pray for him and the workings that he's doing. On his thread yesterday, it was a pastor that was in Ukraine. It was a man who's in Russia who was translating to the Russians and to the Ukrainians. And then there was a student who was hiding in Sumy. He was hiding as a student trying to get out. There's so much that's going on. So as you're getting these numbers, and we're going to constantly be watching and posting today until we're told that all of these students are out. So y'all, please, if there's something that's seriously breaking, we will do that here on News in Motion as well. So it's a whole lot, which means I have an inspirational message. But before I get there, I think it's only fair for us to just break this up just a little bit and turn it over to Kenny Stanley as he gives us some insights of what's happening in sports. Because even in the sports world, so many teams are saying, no, we're protesting until either the students are connected to a border and are free, and or the war is over. So with that, we have a new introduction for Kenny Stanley. After Kenny Stanley, I will come back and bring you the inspirational message, which if you're able to stay, because I believe this word is going to bless you. So go ahead, Isaiah, play the intro. I love it. Come on, Kenny. Come on up in here, buddy.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I want to shout out Hester real quick. Hester, happy birthday. Thank you for sending me the early birthday wish last week. I appreciate it so much. Good morning, News and Motion family. Welcome to Sports with Kenny. How y'all doing today? Hey, it's about to go down. March Madness is around the corner, as well as the NBA push for the playoffs. In men's college hoop, what's going on with the Buckeyes? Come on, man, they got to get it together. They had been up and down all year long. They get blew out yesterday by an unranked Maryland team, 75-60. After Thursday, they beat Illinois, who I thought they was ready to make a move and move on up, but no. They are horrible. They need to get it together before the Big Ten championship tournament and the NCAA tournament, or they're gonna be one and done again back home. Speaking of Illinois, they beat that team up north, 93-85. Houston smashed SMU, 75-61, and UConn beat Georgetown, 86-77. I hope Patrick Ewing can hold on to his job. News and Motion family, can you do me a favor? Can y'all keep a secret? Don't tell nobody. Everybody know I'm a big Buckeye fan when it comes to football. When it comes to hoop, especially college hoop, I'm a Georgetown Hoya fan. It's killing me. They look horrible. They only won 6 games this year. Please, somebody help me. Help me, please. On the women's side in college basketball, South Carolina, they continue to roll on as they beat Ole Miss yesterday, 71-57. Aaliyah Boston, she had another double-double, having 15 points and grabbing 14 rebounds. OSU women got a big win yesterday over Michigan State, 61-55. Louisville beat Notre Dame, 86-64. And North Carolina State beat Virginia Tech in a barn burner, 68-66. In the NBA, can somebody please tell me what's going on with the Lakers? Nobody's showing up to play but LeBron. He had 32 points yesterday in a losing effort. Nobody else on the team showed up. And they got ran out the gym by the New Orleans Pelicans, 123-95. It looks like the trade is doing what it's supposed to do. My 76ers made the deal and got James Harden. They done won 2 in a row, and James Harden is showing out. He had a triple-double yesterday, scoring 29 points, dishing out 16 assists, and grabbing 10 rebounds. And Joel Embiid is loving it because he had 37 points off them 16 assists. So, hey, my Sixers are looking good. This may be what they needed. Get them over the top. Utah, they beat Phoenix 118-114. Dallas topped Golden State 107-101. And Detroit beat Chicago in another nail-biter 127-126. In Major League Baseball news, there is no news. The only thing we got is that players are still locked out by the Major League Baseball owners. Last report, Major League Baseball owners and the Major League Baseball Players Association are far apart in negotiations. So it don't look like we're going to have spring training. It don't look like we're going to have baseball no time soon. That's sports for today. Let's kick it back to Gail for the inspirational message.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right. See you
All right.
later.
Thank you so much. Have a good one, everybody.
You too. Yeah, I'm sure what I shared with you up to the report, the sports by Kenny, was a lot. It was a lot to carry. So my prayer is that this inspirational message will bless you. And before I go, that I just got in a news report, and I want to share it. Apparently, the Russian chief of general staff was reportedly fired sometime late. They're already into Monday, so I would say it was probably late Sunday night or Monday. Um, um, he was very highly regarded, the most important military leader of the past generation and the architect of today's Russian armed forces. He has served as the head of military since 2012. Well, we do know that the volunteers in Ukraine, they're taking out the military of Russia. So the Russian chief of general staff reportedly was fired. I got today, so I don't know if this was and they're well into Monday already. So I don't know if this was earlier today or for us or Sunday night. So I want to give you that that report. So the inspirational message, then we're out of here. I want to give you 4 words: courage, strength, bravery, and committed. And I'm grabbing this from another speech from President Zelensky, where President Joe Biden offered to evacuate President Zelensky and his family out of his country. But President Zelensky replied with these words. If you follow me on Facebook, you know what it says. He says, "I don't need a ride. I need ammunition." Wow. And I kept looking at that. I said, that's powerful. That can preach. You know, President Zelensky is staying and fighting for the people, for his country. Some people have pushed back on me and said, but what about the black students? I said, I don't even know if he knows what's going on with that. He is there to fight. I saw him last point. He was strapped up. He had on his military gears. He had his machine gun, his other gun. He was out on the line to battle. I don't even know if he knows about that. And I don't even think that's fair. I have no clue. I don't know. But right now, I like that he is standing alongside his people. What other president have you ever seen or heard of came out to fight? Have you ever heard of that? I went looking, I don't see it, and I went back as far as I could. I don't see it. I don't see it. They have other people fighting for them. So let me give you a translation of what God deposited into me from seeing those words. I don't need a ride. I need ammunition. And what I heard was, stop trying to give people what you want them to have because of your insecurities and give them what they need because of their power. Hello, somebody. I'll say that again. Stop trying to give people what you want them to have because of your insecurities and give them what they need because of their power. Just one more time, just for the spirit. Stop trying to give people what you want them to have because of your insecurities and give them what they need because of their power. I got to go to the word, y'all. Y'all know I'm a believer. Y'all know I'm a follower. Deuteronomy 31, 6 through 8 in the New International Version says this: be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Then Moses summoned Joshua and said to him in the presence of all Israel, be strong and courageous, for you must go with his people into the land that the Lord swore to their ancestors to give them, and you must divide it among them as their inheritance. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. What I'm saying here, unpack with what's happening. Y'all, you can't tell me that God's not all in here. And I'm not saying he's causing destruction or anything like that. But y'all, some of the Russians, they at this point, they should already be in Kyiv. They're not. Doesn't take that long. The Ukrainians, the volunteers who've never had any military training, are holding them back. They are committed. They have brave. They're brave. They're correct. They have courage and they have strength. They're saying, "I'm all in. I'm going in. I'm going to fight for what is mine. This is my country." Some have made the choice. I'm not getting on the train. I'm not getting on the buses. I'm staying to fight. Give me whatever I need. They're making makeshift bombs. Y'all see this all on the news everywhere. And they're taking control. They're protecting. So here's my question for you this morning. What is it? I have two questions actually. What is it that you have received from someone that God never told you to pick it up? Again, he told President Biden, with all due respect, "I don't need a ride. I need ammunition." He's like, "I'm staying here. I'm staying right here. I don't need a ride. Give me what I need because I'm going to use the power that I have and I'm going to fight." So what is it? I want you to look at your life. What have you received from somebody that did not get you to the next point? Or they're still reminding you that because of them, you are where you are. Come on, let's be honest here. I'm going there this morning. I'm going there. The other question I have for you is this. Are you willing to take a stand? Are you willing to set aside your fear? Are you willing to set aside your procrastination? Hello, somebody, you know who I'm talking to. Are you willing to give up this stalling and do it? So many of you, when there was when I told you about Kimberly Graves saying she's ready for that next. Ron Robinson said, "That's me too." Lori Wallace said, "That's me too." And I think there was a couple others of you that said, "That's me too." Well, are you willing to take the risk? Are you willing to step out? Are you willing to face the naysayers and the haters? Are you willing? When people say, "Well, I don't think you should do that," are you willing to say, "I don't need your advice. I need a hook. I need a connection with one of your people that you know that can help me get there. I don't need you to tell me I can't do it. What I need you to do is say, okay, let me invest in this vision with you. I don't need you to tell me what I can't do. I need you to these are the things I need. I need investment. I need a connection. I need some training. I need some help with my resume. I need some help with putting together a business deck. I need a help. I need a media deck. I need a media one sheet. I need a resume. I need whatever those things are. This is what I need. I don't need a ride. I need the ammunition to do the work that I've been called to do. Are you willing to give me the ammunition to do it? Seriously, y'all, that was a whole sermon from President Zelensky. And we can take his words. I don't need a ride. I need ammunition. I don't need to ride your coattail. I need the ammunition to do it and to do it well. Whatever that looks like, however you want to unpack that, whatever that looks like. I see Kim Edmondson sitting here preach. I see Ron Robinson say, "Speak a word." I see Lori saying, "Amen." I hear you, Lord. I see many of you saying these things, which means it's resonating with you. But I want to go to Kim Edmondson and talk about her husband, Al Edmondson, for a moment. Al and I have been friends for a long time. We've been friends. We all went to East High School. We've been friends. And he sees the work that we're doing right here on News in Motion. And I've shared this with y'all before, I believe back in December. Well, now it's done. It's done. Where the nonprofit side, he's being that fiduciary agent for News in Motion when we're doing help with food insecurity, when we're doing help with homelessness, when we're doing things on the nonprofit side so that you all can be reseated. He didn't give me a ride. He gave me the ammunition to do what I needed to do. There's a difference, and I want y'all to see the difference. It's not a ride, it's ammunition. It's not a ride, y'all, it's ammunition. It's giving me that piece to say, here, I want to partner with you to do this. Now, you do you, but we're going to partner and do this, y'all. That's not a ride. That is ammunition. Those of you who are Patreon members, and it's not too late to become one. A Patreon member is not giving News in Motion a ride, is giving us ammunition to remain censored free. That's what it is. That's what it is, y'all. What about you? You don't need a ride. You need ammunition. We've been talking, there's like 3 of you, and we want to build this up to make it worthwhile. We've been talking about mentoring and mentorship and when it comes to business, and we have the mentors to mentor the mentees, but we don't have the mentee saying, hey, I want to be mentored. Y'all, it's a free service. Hello. Hi, Gina Winks. Y'all, that's the audio engineer. Listen, she didn't give me a ride. She gave me ammunition to make sure my audio is clear and is being delivered. Y'all got to see the difference with this. Listen, it is that time. So again, if you are a mentee looking for a mentor, why are you sitting back waiting? We have them. We're trying to get to a number to make it worthwhile. So those of you who are waiting, it's because we're waiting to see who else is coming alongside to do this. Y'all, News in Motion. I'm not saying you can't find this, what we do here, anywhere else, but hear me, we're different. We're different. We're different. I will be honest with you all and say this, and I'm out of here. I'll be honest with you all to say this. When I was doing this work last night, and my husband said, you've been doing this since Saturday afternoon. I said, I just want to make sure all the facts are straight. I want to make sure I have all the dots connected. I want to make sure. He says, how many hours do you put into a 30-minute time slot? I said, well, first of all, I've been pushing 40, 45 minutes, and we kind of laughed about it. He said, but still, how many hours? Y'all, I can honestly say to y'all, it can be anywhere between 30 to 40 hours to bring you a segment like what I brought today. And my husband said to me, he said, I see your joy, so I know for you it's worth it. He said, but it's not adding up. And I said, I know. I said, but this one thing I know, that if God be for me, who can be against me? And I said to him, I said, I don't know who's watching. I said, come on, I got a Academy Award press pass. I got the complete access to the White House press pool. I said, I'm getting press passes and connections everywhere. I said, somewhere it's going to connect where the right person is going to say, let me pour into this. I said, so I got to keep doing what I'm doing. I said, I can't go in there half-cocked. I can't go in there with half the information. I have to make sure all this stuff lines up. And I said, so this is what I'm doing. I said, but I love it. I'm connected to it. I don't need a ride, y'all. I just need ammunition. All right, y'all, that's been News in Motion for today. I want y'all to stay well, regardless of what's happening when it comes to COVID-19 or high blood pressure or diabetes or anything else, y'all. Do what you need to do. Couple things before we go. Wednesday begins Lent. Here's one book. I'm doing this book along with other people. This is 40-day sugar fast. 40 days, you're giving up sugar. Hello, somebody. And this is a spiritual transformation book. Y'all, Amazon can drop this to you by tomorrow so you can get started on Wednesday if you want. Another book, I don't have the book with me, but it's 40 Days of Decrease. And her name is Cho. Her last name is Cho, Chole. I will put her information in the thread. Y'all, I want us to draw closer to God. And y'all, we can still make it for all those who are trying to be debt-free by Easter 2022. Now, I'm going to promote my own book. This book right here, Getting to the Root of It, is a 7-week 49 days, so it's 9 days over the 40. This book has been changing lives. Also, you can find this book on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. This is a workbook, by the way. It's a workbook. It's a day. It's a per day thing. But y'all, it's all about us strengthening and becoming well, becoming healthy, and doing what God has called us to do. All right, y'all, that's all I have. Thank y'all for hanging out here with me through the inspirational message. Until tomorrow. Tomorrow starts Women History Month, and we're going to knock that out the park. I'm out, y'all.